Yo, guys, what's going on? My name is Anthony. Welcome back to It's a Worldwide. A big cheers to all the beautiful people in the house. We ride on a Wednesday night. When you've been up since 4:30 a.m., 4 p.m. does seem like night. We ride this afternoon in Southwest Sydney, Australia, wearing my personal favorite home jersey of all time. It's that 0809 thing. You know, that one that Zlatan Ibrahimovic basically looked like the most beautiful man on earth in? I mean, next to maybe Zanetti. That was a beautiful kit. I've got Lord Figo sitting on the back. I don't know if people can see. Man, let's just go straight to the comments because it's still all just sinking in. I haven't felt normal today. Today feels like I'm living in a lucid dream. I can see that I'm tired as well. And I bet a lot of people are tired, really, because who could really be relaxing and sleeping at a time like this? What a season it's been domestically, struggle-wise. And now this Champions League campaign is now something that we get to look back on for the rest of our lives, even if you don't win the final. That's going to be a focal point of today's stream and all the positivity that comes with this final from here on in. We're going in as pure underdogs. Pure underdogs, my family. Do you understand what's going on here? We're going into the Champions League final as underdogs. We don't need to win. We do. I'll be heartbroken if we don't. But I'll be heartbroken with a smile on my face. There is no scenario that could make me depressed. None. Niet. A duck. Zero. It's been tough, man, because we all have personal lives as well. And, you know, I'm someone that like copes well with the stress of my personal life. I see it as a challenge. I find it very rewarding. But life can be stressful. And when you compile it with some of the shitty results that we have had to endure in Serie A this year, why do I have this in? Honestly, this is like a dream. It's like a dream. I feel like I'm floating, like Harry says. Like he says, floating. Hopefully my internet sticks around. We've been having some real big problems here lately, so if it does cut out, bear with me. Massimo, channel member, is in the house. Shout out to the channel members who made this season, the season that we were in the Champions League. You were a part of us in the Inter Worldwide family, man, in the membership. I love it. All 25 of you, I love it. Balkan Warrior as well. Milan is in my blunt. They are in mine too, bro. They are well and truly in mine too. Smoke hard, bro. Good morning to another channel member, Marvel Lawson. We are in the final, bro, and I hope you're feeling good. I hope all 17 of you here right now feel really, really good. Yeah, throw them emojis up, bro. Throw them all up. I feel like I'm floating. Christian Potato in the house. Such a good commenter of the channel. When I walk my dog this evening, I'll represent Inter. Of course, bro. Represent it all day. I wanted to represent it in court today, but I could not. I had to wear a blazer, as you do. I don't think it would have looked good with me rocking up in this, although I'm sure some people would have still appreciated it. The fact that it also has Lautaro on it will remind people which team is in the final. That's exactly right, bro. Exactly right. Mighty Mo's in the house. Good to see you. Danielle Kettle, good morning. Yes. Oh, my God. I'm so happy for you. Look at that. Look at that. All the black and blue everywhere. Is that Heineken? No, man. This is Hans Super Dry. It's an Aussie beer. Low carbohydrate and very low calorie, but still half decent in its alcohol content. So it's the perfect middle ground, because if you enjoy beer but you're also trying to watch your weight, it's the two don't complement each other, do they? So one big beer it is. Massimo says, but who cares about the Prem fans? We are in a UCL final for... Oh, that's my G, Stefan Rossi. That is my guy, bro. Oh, man, I'm so happy for you. I'm so happy for you. You're a different beast when Inter's fucking winning as well, man. When you're happy, I'm happy, Stefan, bro. Re-sign him, of course. Of course, re-sign him. It's not even a question now. I feel guilty for changing my mind. I wish I stuck around on the train as long as you did. You stuck around a bit longer than I did, Stefan. We both fell victims of it eventually. I lasted until like our 9th or 10th loss. You bounced on the 11th. I don't know what it was, man. But we're here now in a Champions League final. I don't even want to think about the past because we're the ones that look good for the present and the future. Oh, nah, stop it. Stop it, my bro. It's such a good shirt, bud, isn't it? It's such a good shirt. It really doesn't feel real, does it, Alex? It does not feel real. It doesn't feel real. It felt different in 2010 for me, man. That's 13 years ago. We were all 13 years younger. How old were you, Alex? Drop it in the chat. I'm getting through it. How old were all of you in 2010? Did you get to experience this full blast? I did, but I didn't because I was cocky. I was arrogant. I fell asleep on the couch. I was 17. My dad's waking me up. Son, you've just won the Champions League. I'm like, yeah, I know. What the hell is that? What the hell is that? I mean, I know beating Barcelona was everything. We knew we had it wrapped up when we did then, but yeah, it's happening now. It's happening now. I say, let the Prem-Tards underestimate. We will prove them wrong. It's a one-off and we will make history. I'm sharing all these emotions with you. I really, really am, guys. I really am. We are the underdog. It is such a weird season. It's such a weird season. Yes, my guy, Anti-Juice123, another channel member. Yes, Anthony, we made it look easy. We did. We made it look easy, bro. You text your brother and he believes Inter will win purely because of the run and the fact that these guys seem so determined and not overly excited about just being in the final. Yeah, bro. We'll see. We'll see, man. Anything can happen. I was in San Siro yesterday, 20 years. Oh, man, where are you, Cesare? Grande Cesare, man. Grande Cesare. Wear your Inter jersey under your blazer. Yeah, I should have. I was considering it this morning, but I was actually in a hurry to get to work by the time I left because I was too busy celebrating here at home. Any news on whether or not Ian Kerr is still wasted him? I actually haven't heard much from Ian. Was he in Milano for this? He was, wasn't he? How much have I heard from Ian? Let me go back. There's a chat here. I've got I've got one message from him. Wow, just wow. B. Grande Ian. He'll watch this back and he'll comment for sure. You were 15, Mighty Mal, when we won in 2010. How was it for you? You were 26, Harry. How was it for you? You were 13 years ago. You were 13 years old, or was it 13 years ago? Yeah. You were too far out, not around at all. 17 as well, Danielle. Fair enough. You were 7 for the 2010 final. You still have slight memories of getting up for the game. That's cool. That's cool. There's all the comments caught up on. We're just here to talk, man. We're here to talk. I'm going to bust open the Twitter feed and we'll just scroll through that. That's what we will do. Hopefully we can get that done. Today's game, how good was Barella? How good was Barella today? The audacity of this guy to be chipping people in a Champions League semi-final. Barella is just incredible. The fact that we're in the Champions League final now makes me shit myself. I've always known he's the best goddamn midfielder in Europe. Now everybody else is going to know he's the best goddamn midfielder in Europe. I've been trying to tell people. No one listened. Oh, man. Good for Lautaro. Good for Lautaro, bro. Good for Lautaro. One of the guys proving me wrong. He's doing it. His value is bang right up there again, bro. It probably dipped as low as 40-ish. And now it's smack bang up in the 70s, bro. Smack bang. I'm talking value for these men. Value for these players after we're done with this season. I'm not saying sell Lautaro. The brother's wearing the armband. I am purely behind him and devoted to him. If we win the Champions League final, extend everyone at the club for all I care. But Dumfries' value after the World Cup and now is at maximum selling point. You can get 40 million for Dumfries now. And I don't mean 100% sell him, because at the end of the day, he's proving me wrong as well. He has been a different animal in the Champions League than he is at Serie A. That's not a weird thing. Pragmatically, tactically, you know how I'm talking. Denzel Dumfries has been brilliant since he came back from Qatar. He has been really, really fucking good. Let's keep going. Eden Dzeko, even today, he didn't do anything special. But the fact that he just put in another 65 minutes together, virtually making sure that the ball was in his feet, held up. I don't think he had too many clear looks on goal. He just looked a little bit static and tired today. Started to lose the ball a little bit. But moving on from him, Hakan, great. DiMarco, so much heart, so much soul from a pure Interista. Lukaku did look sharp. He really, really did. Antiju says Dzeko was fine, did his job to help out midfield and defense. Barella is the main guy. Yes, Lukaku looks really sharp. Lautaro is becoming what everyone expected of him. Extend everyone except Correa and Gagliardini. 100%. I agree. Oh, man. The squad needs to get behind Inzaghi next season and challenge for the league. They need to. I feel like we will make top four. I really think we will. I don't think we're going to beat Napoli this week. After winning this game today, Napoli now looks like a game that I think we're going to drop. So mentally, I'm okay to start prepping for a draw. Hopefully, we don't come out of Napoli with nothing. If we can come out of Napoli with a point, I'll see it as a point gained. Because I think, due to the fact that the Champions League final isn't until June 11, the Coppa Italia final is now a friendly. It's now a friendly. I don't care. We won it last season. I don't care. I don't give a flying rat's ass about the Coppa Italia. Why? Because we've raised the bar this season where we did not expect to raise that bar in the Champions League. Coppa Italia can suck it. Friendly. I'm so happy. Yeah. If you were Inzaghi, would you want to stay? Because everybody sort of dipped on him at some point. I know another trophy is always nice, but if we lost it, I'm just saying if we lost it, it would take me less than a couple of hours to forget about it, man. Less than a couple of hours. The Coppa Italia is nice, and obviously I'm shameless, so if we win it, I'll make it out as if it's the World Cup, especially on particular groups and chats. So I'm glad that you guys have that winning mentality. That's good. I shouldn't be saying this. I know that. And maybe it's just because it's just the Champions League day that we've won it. I'm still riding that high. A lot of you guys have been asleep, but we're in a Champions League final, man. We are in a Champions League final. Oh, man. I don't know what to say. Can someone tell me something to talk about? I'm not usually lost for words. There's 23 of you here right now. Like the video, subscribe if you're new. Let me know if you are new. I'm so happy. I'm so happy. So happy. If we win one Coppa final, we can do it again in the UCL. Yeah, we can. We really, really can. Today, the back three was awesome. Acerbi was great. Bastoni was a colossus. Darmian! Man. Ooh, what's this? Still waiting on what I said about Marotta. Oh, that's my point. Oh, shit. Bro, Marotta. Beppe Marotta is the number one G. I feel so guilty for starting to criticize him a little bit at the start of this season. But oh my goodness, this guy, after being the focal point of banter, I can't even begin to discuss Todd, bro. It's next level karma. I appreciate karma so much, and when it happens in this sort of fashion, you know exactly what I'm talking about. I can't get over it. I cannot get over it, bro. Oh, man. Is the channel getting rid of the Skriniar emoji soon? Bro, I will definitely get rid of it. That clown watching from the sides. Yeah, these coincidental red cards and injuries. Yeah, I know he's injured. I know he is. I'm not coming here. I'm not Satan, bro. I'm not saying that he's really, really faking or anything, but it just seems like a lack of effort, a lack of honesty on his behalf. And you know what? I feel like Brozovic was on that trend as well. He and Skriniar, man, they're in cahoots. We will cash in on Brozovic. Big shout out to Brozovic for coming in at halftime and, playing a good final 45 minutes. Big shout out to Mkhitaryan. No news from me yet, although I've had a busy day, so I haven't been able to check news. So if anybody does have news on Mkhitaryan, that would be absolutely fantastic. There's 27 people here with me today on Inter Worldwide, which is awesome. One of you on Twitch, 3 from Facebook as well. So make sure you like the video, subscribe if you are new, and consider becoming a channel member as well. My main man, Rob. Rob, thank you very much, bro. You're a good one. Looking forward to the next United game as well, man. To be honest, hopefully they can put this top 4 thing away and win the FA Cup. Marvel says, I don't think Romelu will stay next year. Who do you think can replace? See, like Marvel, an interesting thing about this is that when you win certain things, you need to be able to be mature enough to cut ties. We weren't mature enough to cut ties with the likes of Diego Milito, Esteban Cambiaso, and Douglas Maicon in 2010. We shouldn't make that mistake this time around again. If we don't win the Champions League final, it makes more sense to keep Romelu Lukaku on and keep him and go for the Scudetto. If you do win the Champions League final, it also makes sense to keep him on, but it also makes sense to say, you just came back and won us the Champions League final. I think we might as well just quit while you're ahead. Quit while we're both ahead. You really want this smoke another season? Like, why don't you just bounce back to Chelsea and see if you can mend that? Why don't we save money and just get a different striker? We just won the Champions League. Why would we not do that? I would do that. If we win the Champions League, I would see it as an opportunity to really start to trim the really unwanted fat and the real unwanted part of our squad and our meat, and just really focus on what's the core of keeping it together, who can help us grow, and who needs to stay for mentorship purposes, for locker room purposes. 100%. Romelu Lukaku would be a key for that, but his price tag is disgusting. And his wage is disgusting. And we can't afford to pay Chelsea for a loan again. They'd have to grant us a dry loan just paying his wage. And even then, we'd have to renegotiate it probably. Remember how people berated Marotta for saying defenders are easier to replace? He's right, Skriniar. You mean Darmian. If Skriniar was at 300% fitness tomorrow, I would not start him over Darmian. I wouldn't even bring him on ahead of De Vrij or D'Ambrosio and one of the Primavera. You can sit, bruv. You can sit. I'm a petty human being when it comes to this shit, but I'm a petty human being when it comes to this. When you dog my club, when you dog me like that and act like everything's not your fault, I know we are at fault as well, but when you act and behave in the way he did, I don't forgive, let alone forget. I think it'll be City. Please beat them. Could see a 1-0 Inter or 4-0 City. Nothing in between. Yeah, I get it. I guess so. And as I said, man, if we lose the final 4-0, I'll finish with a smile on my face. If we lose it in the last minutes of extra time, I'll still smile through the tears. If we lose it on penalties, I'll laugh because penalties is a lottery. I'll laugh at the fact that we've got a chance to win this Champions League final on penalties. It is such a different feeling going into a final feeling like this, Roberto, because of all the finals I've been in my life, they all come with this increasing amount of disgusting anxiety. I know I'm still riding this high from today, but this final is going to hit different. It's going to hit different from the Euro 2020 with Italy, that's for sure. It's going to hit different from any knockout competition because the privilege of being there as the underdogs, the privilege of being there after being as low as 7th in Serie A about a month ago, this is proper zombie survival mode shit. And it's very, very, very refreshing, man. Rob is a real, true, good Juve fan, man. A good Juve fan. And I want to point that out because there aren't many of them. And I've come to collect from a lot of them today. And it has been Oh, refreshing. It has been poetically just on a day that I was in and out of court as well. How come I'm playing the Champions League final at home in Istanbul? Bro, like a perfectly wrapped kebab. It's just all coming together. It's all coming together. Come on, Milano, siamo noi, solo noi. Come on, King Darian. Who do you think it's better? Look, either or, I don't care. It does not bother me one bit. It does not bother me one bit. But I will say that City are going to have to change their approach if they're going to think about coming at us like that, because we will start Romelu Lukaku in this final. We will start Romelu Lukaku in this final. And if you want to throw the kitchen sink at us, we will hurt you. We will hurt you, Pep. We will hurt you. Jack Grealish, Keira Knightley, and Bend It Like Beckham. New channel member, Blake. What's going on, man? That is fantastic. Let me get to your comment real soon, or let me get to it in a sec. I promise I will. I agree with Lukaku. It would be a perfect return, ending, or redemption. Yep, 100%. Should we re-sign Gagliardini? No. Jono. My brother. Enjoy. I shout you out. Thank you so much, bro. It's so good to know that you are also happy. Thank you, Blake. And thank you for your membership. You are the man. Thank you so much. For all the channel members, I hope you enjoyed my chat with Bruno the other day. It was great to connect with him again. And I'll be connecting with some familiar faces before the final as well. Marty Mo, I still think we can beat Real Madrid. I know their record is really good, but Man City will humiliate us. Negative. No one is going to humiliate us, bro. No one is going to humiliate us. We are going to make life a living hell for Pep Fraudiola. No Messi, no party. Big Pep with his shiny head deflecting off the garlic sauce in Istanbul, bro. I'm not worried about it, Mighty Mo. I'm not worried. The best version of me as an Inter fan is coming out at the best time of the season. If we actually go to Napoli and win this weekend, shut the fucking gates, bro. Honestly, we bury this season this weekend. I'm so sweet. Oh, man, I can't believe how close we are to an early mark this season when it looked like we were going to be doing afternoon detention, or even worse, repeating the grade for another year. How's that for an educational analogy? Varmo just bought a house, all dirty and sweaty, but don't care. I've had 3 hours sleep, but we are in the final representing black and blue, 100%. I didn't understand the first half of what you said, bro, honestly. Just bought a house. What does that mean? Alex says, yeah, Skriniar regretting his move now. Imagine that, you signed to leave your club and now you're in the poor form in the final. Bro, Paris is burning. Honestly, it is a horrible club to go to. Hakimi was in the crowd tonight cheering for us. How are we going to get that deal across the line to bring him back? We sold him for 80. 2 seasons have gone by. So his book value has got to be something around the 38 to 50 million mark. Something like that, right? 38 to 46 million mark. Maybe we can think about something with Brozovic. If Brozovic wants to leave and he's not 100% committed, if he doesn't apologize, and I don't know, bro. Honestly, I just don't trust him. I don't trust the guy whatsoever. And people who know. What's going on, Tim? That's one of my guys. Well done, bro. I hope you're happy. Oh, man. I can't get over this. I'm going to be... What is sleep? Who cares? When something like this happens in our life, nothing can stop us as Inter fans. You understand me? Nothing can stop us. We love this club so much. We invest everything into this. Some of us, every ounce of our sleep and our well-being. We sacrifice our moods to our families and friends. And here we are. Nothing's going to faze me. Nothing's going to stop us. We are in the Champions League final. Take care of business in Serie A. That's it now. Lose the Coppa Italia final to Fiorentina for all I give a shit. Just get that top 4 finish done and we can enjoy the rest of the season. My ideal scenario right now is to beat Napoli this weekend. And for me, no, it doesn't even matter if they drop points or not. You beat Napoli this weekend, top 4 is done. Every game from here until the end of the season is a positive party. There is no more negativity, no more pessimism. And as Inter fans, we're not used to that. I'm not used to that. It's going to be tough. Like, in saying this right now, we could very well go to the Maradona and get absolutely walloped. Absolutely walloped. They just lost to Monza. They've got something to prove that they don't just want to be champions that pissed everything away early and like didn't get any points afterwards. Although I really don't think they care, but still, you guys know what I mean. I'm happy for you, Cesare, if you got to experience it. Yes, perfectly wrapped kebab, Mike. Absolutely. Feel like a kebab. Skriniar leaving us like Zlatan leaving us. That time Karma is a bitch. I forgot. Yes, well referenced. Very, very well referenced. Well referenced. Just like Zlatan. Oh, man, I'll be blasting all sorts of Inter songs tonight, tomorrow, every other day. Man City are harder on a technical level, while Real will be harder on a mental level. Facts. Well done, Christian. Jonathan, eat a, you know what, Ibra, Hakan getting drunk on your tears. The Hakan hate coming around full circle and him making a Champions League final in Istanbul against Milan. Like, I love when banter is poetic. I love it. I love karma. I love reverse karma. And I'm a very patient guy when it comes to the rival fans. I've been brewing this up all season because they've got too much chat, bro. They've got too much chat. I don't like it. I find the disrespect to be nauseating. And now I've come to collect. I'm honestly not too worried if we don't win, as we're underdogs. As long as I believe we fight hard, I'll be super proud. It's going to be the best cup final you will ever experience as an Inter fan. It's going to be, I'm actually going to be up yelling and screaming at the game. Something I never do because that's not my reflex. My reflex is like sit on the couch, sit like this and like try not to look a lot of the time as well. I get up, I might pace around a bit. I'm a nervous wreck. But this final is going to be blissful. Blissful. The fact that we're already in it, exactly right. You know it, Mighty Mo, you know it. I'm soaking this in still proud of our boys. It's been a crazy road. Milan is black and blue, fellas. Soak it in. You know what I'll do? Because I'm running out of the comments now again. I'll drop the link in. If anyone wants to call in just for a few minutes, just to have your say, a couple minutes each, click the link here. Big shout out to Uncle Sharma, who's been doing stuff like this recently. There was like a whole bunch of Inter parties in his YouTube the other day. I was watching it. That's really, really cool. I should start doing stuff like that as well. So Skriniar will leave the UCL finalists to the toxic Paris. Yeah, and Messi's leaving as well. Messi's leaving for sure, cuz. My brother Bruno, my main G, my number one, my numero uno. I know how happy you are, and it makes me really, really, really happy. Inzaghi. Well, yeah! I see him. I'll bring him up when he gets square. He's gonna. Oh man. One sec. Hey, Chich.
Hey, buddy. What's going on? It's been a minute since we've been able to celebrate like this.
How did that happen, man? How did that happen? Out of fucking nowhere. How did that happen?
I got off the phone to Bruno not that long ago, and he said that he was having a chat to you today as well. We were literally just saying the same thing. A month ago, when we were, what were we, 7th or something? I don't know how we've mentally switched on and turned our form around. But credit where credit's due, man. You got to give it to Inzaghi, his tactics, the squad. They finally grew a pair. Everyone stepped up, and far out, we just get to reap the benefits right now.
Are you feeling the same way I am, in a sense that this is such a final to look forward to? I'm excited. We're clearly up against a pedigree side that tactically is better than us in City, that mentally is better than us with Madrid, because no matter what it is, Madrid are Madrid and City are City in terms of their domestic dominance, and Madrid in Europe. This is our final to go for tooth and nail and either live the dream or enjoy the heartache as brothers. And I'm looking forward to it, man, because you know me, because I'm a misery merchant. I will take any opportunity I can get to be ecstatic and happy. I might never be able to look you in the eye again and say, it's a cup final, and I'm going to enjoy every second of it no matter what happens, bro.
100%. Like I had switched off from Inter pretty early in the season, to be honest. I think it was once we lost to Udinese at the beginning. I was full on Inzaghi out. I'm done. I wasn't getting up for the games anymore. Like, you know, how the stupid times that we get here in Sydney. And I'm like, nah, I'm done. I'm not wasting my time or effort and this and that. But the past month, to see the results and this, and I'm like, okay, I might get up a little bit here and there. And then to see the last two legs of the derby, like in last week and this week, and this morning, sorry, you got to feel proud. You got to honestly feel proud.
You know what it was, bro, when you really think about it? I think a real catalytic moment was the Romelu Lukaku penalty in the first leg of the Coppa Italia against Juve and the chance that came towards him, because after that, something else changed in this team. It was that combined with the first leg against Benfica. That 7-day turnaround was absolutely catalytic for our season. We completely switched it around in that week. It was beautiful to see. And from there, we haven't looked back. We've still got a job to do this weekend, because I hope the team is feeling how I am now. Even though this week is now no longer a mandatory 3 points to save the Serie A season, you can clock out of Serie A in 4 days if you want to. If you really want to. If you really want to go to the Maradona and win, you can clock out of Serie A as well. And all of a sudden, this becomes the best week for Inter fans in 13 years, basically.
Nah, you're very... I couldn't have summed it up better from what you've just said then. You're right. 3 points this weekend and it's done. I think mathematically it's completely done. Milan are
probably
what, 5 behind it?
Probably not mathematically, but because Milan play Juve next week after that, it will have to be mathematically confirmed no matter what when they play each other. As long as we get through.
In saying that as well, listening to what Juve has got to come, they're going to get a ban from UEFA for the next 1-2 seasons. So then it'll probably go down to Milan anyway.
Yeah,
if honestly, they do it like that.
This is me speaking conservatively, as if Juve don't have any other punishments coming. But we all know what's coming to them, man. It doesn't look pretty.
But you're right. Now, look, if that's the case, 3 points on the weekend, and I think we've got we've got Napoli, then we've got Atalanta and Torino. Is that right?
Yeah. So it's Napoli, then Fiorentina in the Coppa Italia final, which I will sidetrack. We won the Coppa Italia last year. It was our 8th one. I love winning trophies, but this is now another final where I can watch. And if we don't win, I just might go, shit, time for work. And that's a great feeling. And that's a great feeling as well as a misery merchant. I'll take that. But this will be tough because this Fiorentina side under Italiano are pretty good. So how do you see that final now, knowing that we're in the Champions League final?
It's icing. It's a cherry on the cake. It's not necessary, but we're in the final. You've got the chance to grab another piece of silverware. Yes, we won it last year, and as well and good as that was, that goes from top 4 to UCL final to Supercoppa to Coppa Italia. You know, I'm completely off the Inzaghi out bandwagon. I'm completely off that bandwagon now. It's just you gotta give it. You gotta give it.
I'm gonna bring Tim in right now to talk just about this, bro. Bro, Inzaghi, like, if he wants,
how we doing, boys?
Bro, Tim, my guy, how you feeling, man? Yo, Tim, you there? How you feeling?
Oh, bro, I am so pumped. My eyes got bags under it. I'm ready for Istanbul right here. I've been up since so early. No, doing really well. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can. There's a pretty big delay, but I think we've got you now.
Is it cutting? Oh, my internet's cutting out, man.
All good. I'll drop you out and then just come in again. I'll give him a chance to come back in again. But wait, you just said it, bro. Inzaghi, if he wants to stay, you got to keep him around, yeah?
I was thinking about this hour. Yeah, the league's, 11 losses in the league, by all means, dismal. It's nowhere up to our standard. But you got to let the guy cook. You got to give him a little bit of support now in the transfer market and see what he can actually do. It seems like he's finally got this squad playing the way he thinks is best for our abilities, and you just got to let him run with it now.
100%, man. It depends on how many players would actually leave and how many would commit to him next season. Because if the majority of the squad can stay, bar one or two players, I genuinely think we've got it in our artillery to replace them. You got to remember that we have been working with scraps, like banter scraps. I'm pretty sure Tim's frozen, so I'm just going to drop him out. Can you see him frozen as well?
Yeah.
All right, sweet. Like ever since Conte left, man, we have been the bane end of the Inter report. They're broke, Sunning a bust, it's junk, and we're on the plummet. When we really look back on it, Steven Zhang's resume is damn effing impressive, man. From the time, even when Conte left, the guy just continues to collect silverware. Now he's in a Champions League final. We really don't have much to complain about, bro. We really, really don't.
No, and you got to think in saying that how many investors or people or who's going to want to buy us now that we're in the final come at the end of the season and so forth. But again, like it was said this morning in, I think, Sharma's channel or Mo was saying, is Zane really going to want to sell?
Nah, why would he now? Tim,
Hope
how you
Go for it,
doing?
Tim.
Yeah, he's back.
Good.
He's here. How
Yeah,
you
sorry,
feeling,
mate.
bro?
Oh man, I'm so pumped. As I was saying to you before, I've been up since so early because I just couldn't sleep. I was just constantly waking up through the night. Had that sick feeling in my stomach. I wore my blue tie though to school. I was telling
Nice
every
one,
kid
bro.
my team's made the Champions League final, so I've been pumped all day. How you feeling?
That's it, bro. Oh man, I'm riding the high, bro. You know me. It's surreal. It feels surreal in more ways than one because it's just very different to how I felt as a kid in 2010. So I'm just riding this new wave of being a fan of the team that's in the Champions League final. And I'm really looking forward to the final, man. It's going to be great no matter who I watch it with, even if I just watch it on the couch with my dad. It's going to be absolutely nuts. I really can't wait. How are you going to watch it, boys? John, are you first?
Bruno and I were talking. We're thinking of maybe getting together because it's Sunday for us here, and then the next day is a public holiday for us. So
yes, Bruno
I don't know,
also
bro.
informed me of this. It was news to me, and I sort of lost it on the phone. I couldn't believe it when I found out that the next day, Monday, we had off as well.
Not sure. So maybe we might hook up with Bruno. If not, I'll get a couple of boys come around or something like that, and we'll just watch it in the backyard or something.
That's it, man. What about you, Tim?
Yeah, no, I'm just going to invite every friend I know that watches football. They're getting an invite to my house, 5 a.m. in the morning, whenever it is. One of my best mates is a Milan fan, so he's getting an invite. But yeah, I'm just gonna enjoy it. Like I said in the chat, I just think because we're such big underdogs to everybody else, all the pressure is going to be on the other team, and so we're just going to be able to sit back, enjoy. I just want to see the boys fight hard, and I'm proud of them. I'm just proud of them for making it.
Just get that. Honestly, man, I can't believe how close we are to clocking the season and just having to ice the cake. Like, I thought we would be final day, last minute against Torino, scratching for everything with nothing else to play for. We've got a real chance here to make this a season to remember. I can't believe how big the suffering was in January and February in Serie A, man. Like, that's a lot of bad results in a short amount of time when you really look back on it. That's a bad season compacted into 6-7 weeks.
It really is. And to think we've come out from that and looking in the position that we are, and we as fans, and like you say it, mate, you're president of pessimism, number one. So for you even to say that just shows how far we really have come.
That's it, bro.
Oh, it's unbelievable. I feel like, Anthony, your laughing videos this morning are pretty much like summarizes the ecstasy we're all feeling. You just driving
I'm
around Sydney laughing out
shameless.
loud. It was great.
I'm shameless. No, it wasn't the city, bro. I was in Campbelltown, bro. If you don't know what Campbelltown is, Tim, I will tell
I
you
know
on
where
another
that is.
day. All right, sweet.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no.
Jono, it's a pretty scene around there. So that, yeah, just laughing maniacally on the street there. I think I blended in pretty well. It's all good.
Yeah, you would have.
100%, 100%.
Boys, I'm gonna run, but good
sweet.
to catch up. We'll tee up soon, and Forza Inter. All the best, boys.
Ciao, John. Thanks for coming in, man.
Forza Inter.
Really appreciate it. Ciao. Tim, you watched the game this morning, all 90 minutes of it?
Yeah. So I was up really, really early. Like I said, for the game, like before the game started, I was up. I came downstairs. I was trying to be quiet because my wife and child were asleep upstairs.
Yep.
But yeah, no, I was glued to the TV the whole time. I was really nervous though, to be honest. I don't know why, but I was just so sickly nervous. Even though I knew we're a better team, it's at home, we should take this game. But yeah, no, I wasn't doing well.
Yeah.
How are you feeling through it?
Horrible. I woke up also about 3 or 4 times throughout the night. Once at about 3 o'clock, then again at like 3:40, then at like 4:20, just constantly checking my phone.
Yeah.
When I woke up, just thinking, all right, when's kickoff? I wake up just before kickoff, and then just woke up like right on kickoff and turned it on. And I was a nervous mess, man. I'm not gonna lie. I was doing everything that I normally do in a really bad Serie A fixture, except it was just so much more like gut wrenching. Like the thought of this going wrong today, I started to think about how am I going to handle myself if we don't do well. How much more money do I need to gear against us to make sure the payout is worth it? All that sort of stuff. All that sort of stupid stuff. And then I just thought to myself, the thing is, when it got to halftime, about 60 to 70% of my nerves completely evaporated, man. Going into halftime at 0-0, I asked myself one question. If we can get to the point where Inzaghi makes his main substitutional round around about the hour mark, we're going to be fine. Because I knew Lukaku would warm up and I knew Gosens would warm up. And if you replace those 2 players at 2-0 up, you aren't losing a game of football. Even the most pessimistic person in the world like me will tell you, you don't lose that football game. It just does not happen. And we got to that point. And as I told Bruno over the phone, as soon as Lukaku came on the pitch, I knew it was done, because I just knew that Milan did not have it in them to break us more than once or twice. And the amount of times that they would attempt to, all we would do is hit them on the break anyway. Fortunately for us, it did come at the end of a counter-attack back and forth, but it drops to Lautaro, who has really upgraded in the last 6 weeks from talent that didn't reach his full potential to holy shit, the ceiling is back and it can get bigger. Lautaro, bro.
Has that got to be his biggest goal for Inter, do you reckon?
That's his biggest goal in his career.
It's got to be his biggest goal in his career.
The biggest goal in his career. Look at him up with the curva, bro. That's nuts. That's his. That was iconic. His inauguration, basically.
Yeah, that's what I was saying to my wife. I was like, I feel like that moment of that picture of Lautaro standing up there, the curva Nord going crazy. I was like, that's going to be iconic for years to come for sure.
Oh yeah,
it's incredible.
It
absolutely
really
incredible. But yeah, I was kind of in the same headspace as you. I felt really nervous at the start of both halves because you just had that feeling Milan's going to come out and go, balls to the wall. And I still had that feeling, I think because they beat us last year, that they never die. They're never going to die. They're always going to come back. And I think today we finally shook that. I think we finally shook it, buried them. We absolutely buried them.
We absolutely
3-0.
buried them, man.
They haven't scored a goal in they haven't scored a goal in 3 or 4 games against us now.
4 derbies, and I think that's the record where in the derbies where a team has gone without scoring in the Derby della Madonnina. So first time in history that it's been 4 games in a row that a team has kept a clean sheet, and it's us.
Yeah, and that's the thing. We're well and truly kings of Milan right now.
Bro, we have been dominating them off the park for fucking years now, Tim, man.
Yeah.
Since Conte came in, even I would go one step further. We've been dominating them since the back end of Spalletti's time with us, bro. I still remember the game 3-2 that finished with Icardi scoring a hat-trick. That was in Spalletti's first season. I'd love to see the record, to be honest, man. I think we've got them done over the last at least 10 fixtures.
Yeah, I think it was just that feeling of when it really counts because of last season.
Exactly.
Taking out the Scudetto, they just felt they might pull it out, but we're a better squad. We just are. It's fact.
Yeah.
We've proven it today.
We are. We've proven everything today. What else do you want to say, Tim, before I let you go? Because the feeling is just Incredibile, man. How do you feel? How do you feel about like Serie A, Coppa Italia? Because I know you share pretty much almost every thought that I do, man. You're always pretty much on my side. I think that once that top 4 spot is sealed, everything else is just background noise. We can celebrate a really good ending to what appeared to be a disaster of a season. But you throw in a Coppa Italia, it becomes a good season, a great season. You throw in a Champions League and it becomes a legendary La Grande season.
Yeah, no, I agree with what you were saying earlier, that if we can win against Napoli this weekend, then I feel like every game from then on out is just icing on the cake. If we can pretty much guarantee top 4, it's icing on the cake from now on. I think we worked out, do we need 4 points, is it, to guarantee top 4 now?
4 points, providing Milan get all 9 from here.
Yeah, which I think Juve will take points off them next week.
Milan's not getting 3 points in Turin. No way. I refuse to believe that. So technically we need 2 points.
Yeah. So and don't get me wrong, we still got some tough games because Torino's hard, Atalanta's hard, and Napoli, obviously, if they show up, are extremely hard. But yeah, I really have a good vibe for the end of the season. I've got some good feelings.
Me too, bro. It's taken us to get to a Champions League final and match day 36 in Serie A, but I finally feel good this season.
Yeah.
In May.
It is mind-blowing, though. I cannot believe how negative it felt like 5 weeks ago. Was it 4 weeks ago?
Bro, we were in the pits. It was like 4.5 to 5 weeks ago.
Yeah, it was like just over a month, and I was 100% like, this is the worst season I've seen in a long time. We're going nowhere. We need to get rid of Inzaghi. We need to sell the club. We still need to, but I just thought it was so negative, and I cannot believe how quickly we've turned this around. But that's football. That's why we love this sport, right?
For sure. I need to learn my lesson. I need to not completely sell the season short before it ends, but no one could have predicted this coming. No one, man.
No.
Let's tee up again, Tim, before the final, man. We'll make sure to get you on for a preview or something like that, okay?
Yeah, that sounds great. Awesome.
All right, my bro. Take care. You and the beautiful
enjoy
family
yourself.
else. You too, bro. Ciao.
Ciao.
Tim is a legend, as is everybody else in the chat. Thank you for coming by. We've been here for almost an hour, so I'm about to wrap it up in the next 5 minutes. Inter are in a Champions League final. Inter are in a Champions League final. We're in a Champions League final. I don't know what else there is to say. From Barcelona to Bayern, the night that we were drawn out, everybody had it in for us. Everybody, including myself. I didn't give us a chance to get out of the group. But there were a few fans that did, that I know. And that was nice. It's nice to surround yourself with positivity. And then we started getting results against Barcelona. And you think to yourself, well, we're not going to win the Serie A. But at least we can make it out of this group against all odds and have some fun. Top 4 and vibes. Top 4 and cup vibes. And then you draw Porto. And I don't care what anybody says. When we now look at our run, we have had to come up against the 22-23 La Liga Spanish champions, the 21-22 and the 22-23, let's face it, they'll win it, Bundesliga champions Bayern Munich. The last season's 21-22 Portuguese Superliga champions FC Porto. This season's, they have won it, they are going to win it, 2022-23 Portuguese Liga champions Benfica, and last season's Serie A champions Milan. And in the final, we will either play best team in the planet, Manchester City, or best team of all time, Real Madrid. Easy run. Any rival fan that says to me now that Inter has an easy run to this Champions League, I'm just going to straight up offer them out. It's not worth it. Let's go. How can you even say anything of the sorts? Anything of the sorts. I have this question that sticks in my head. What are we doing here? Yes, Yes, for sure. I agree. Just wanted to say we deserve this moment for sure. Anthony, you have 3 weeks to get sober, earn some cash, and fly off to Milano with Sharma. I told Sharma to drive out there. I told him to drive out, fly out, whatever. However you can get out to Milano, just go. Just go. I unfortunately cannot do it at such late notice. I can't do it, man. It's too expensive all the way from Sydney. It is the one curse of being a diehard European football fan is the lapse in time zone and the horrible, horrible airfare fees. It's not worth it, man. It's not worth it. Thousands of dollars. But had we had more time to prepare for something like this, who knows? Maybe I would have, but the season's been that bad. What Inter fan can prepare for this? What Inter fan can prepare for a Champions League final in these conditions? But we've done it. We're there. And that's all that matters. It's all eyes on Napoli now. It's going to take the boys at least a day to get over this one. At least a day. So now I do believe that going into Napoli, we probably will drop points. But we'll see what happens. If we do get 3 points, it will be an absolutely phenomenal achievement and everything would have turned around. Should have booked a flight to the final at the draw. Don't tell me you did, bro. Put your money where your mouth is. Nah, lunacy doesn't pay off all the time. But hey, as I said to a lot of people, if I watch it with 10 Inter fans at the casino in Sydney, great. If I watch it with 30 fans, great. If I watch it with just my dad on the couch or just with Bruno, whatever, man. Everything is fine with me. I really, really don't care. So thank you, everybody that joined me today. That's where we're going to call it. Inter's in a Champions League final. You all have the right to be happy. You all deserve to be happy. You are Inter fans. You chose this love. It is not an easy love, as the famous quote goes. Look it up. And you deserve it. You deserve every bit of happiness about being in a Champions League final. Well done. Well done to all of you. Take care. Forza Inter.